Hello and welcome to Terry's Tesla. In this episode, we're going to take this thumb drive and format it and partition it so that you can use it for your Tesla cam, your Sentry Mode, and your USB music. Let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open it. So this is brand new, just arrived from Amazon. This is the SanDisk Extreme Go USB 3.1 flash drive. And while I'm opening that, let me explain a little bit about your choice of flash drives. When you're going to use a flash drive for just simple data transfers, you can pretty much get away with a dime store variety. You can get away with the cheap ones. They work just fine. You won't really have any issues. But in this case, you're going to be using this for something that's a little bit more intensive. What I mean by that is, if you're going to be using it for your Sentry Mode and your Dashcam and your music, that means it's going to be reading and writing quite a bit. It's going to be writing a lot of video. As you drive, it's going to be writing video as Sentry Mode things happen. And of course, it's going to be reading as you play your music. So in that case, you kind of want a thumb drive that's two things. You want it to be of good quality so that it doesn't wear out so quickly. I've seen people online post their thumb drives only lasted, maybe a few weeks or a month, and then it was toast and they had to go buy a new one. And that's chances are because those thumb drives that they were using weren't really good ones. They were, of the cheaper variety. That's why I went with the Extreme Go for this demo, is because this is a USB 3.1 drive, one of the newest ones. It has an insane read and write capability. You want something that can write at least 40 megabits per second, and this one does at least that. Let's see here, they say up to 200 megabits per second on the read speed and 150 megabits per second on the write speed. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get that all the time, but at least it's capable of that. You also have to deal with that it's going to be in your car, it's going to get hot, all of those things. But what we're really here to do is to format this so we can use this single drive for both Dashcam and Tesla and Sentry Mode and USB music. Now, you only have two front USB ports. Chances are you're using at least one of those to charge your phone or to run some other device. So that usually only leaves you one, if that. So if that being the case, we want to take advantage of using one thumb drive for as many uses as we can, especially if you get one with enough storage. Now this one's 128 gigabytes. I would say if you're going to do it for both music and Sentry and Dashcam, then you probably want one at least that big. Nothing wrong with 256 gigabyte, whatever you want to spend your money to go with as far as capacity. But once you get the drive, formatting it is going to be crucial because it usually for the larger drives, they're formatted in a special Windows format that doesn't work on Tesla Cam. Tesla Cam has a very specific format that it has to be in, and that is FAT32, which is an older style format. And even if you're going to format those on Windows, you need to download a utility because Windows 10 only formats NTFS and exFAT, which is different than FAT32, finding all this out. But there are plenty of videos on how to do it on Windows. I thought I would do one as a Mac user on how to do it on a Mac. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to take the drive that I just unboxed. We're going to go ahead and plug it in. If I can get to my USB port here on my Mac. There we go. Out of the packaging, it's going to probably be formatted as exFAT. And that means that we still would need to reformat anyway. The smaller drives, they will usually come FAT32, so you're okay to use them out of the box. But the bigger ones usually have a different formatting. All right, and it doesn't matter. Even if it was formatted as FAT32, we would still need to partition it if we wanted to use it for both the Tesla Cam / Sentry Mode and USB music. Now, I'm not sure why Tesla doesn't just let you use one drive for all three, but they don't. So at least as we're recording this video. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to do a search for an application you already have called Disk Utility. Disk utility comes with your Mac. All right, and just as I thought, it is out of the box exFAT. Now, we're only looking at the volume. We really need to be looking at the actual drive itself. So under Mojave, disk utility kind of starts hiding things. We're going to go up to the view menu, and instead of just showing only the volumes, we're going to show all devices. And what that will do is show me the device, not just the volume that's exFAT. And then when I click on that, that'll give me more capabilities when I actually go ahead and erase it. So let's go ahead and erase it. And you're saying, well, why can't we just partition it? Because exFAT on a Mac out of the box is not a partitionable format. So we need to first reformat it into a partitionable format so that we can then partition it. So let's go ahead and erase, and here we go. So we're just going to go ahead and say extended, macOS extended journal, and we're going to use the GUID partition map. So partition map, meaning we're going to be able to partition it when we're done. So we're going to go ahead and hit erase. And by the way, you had to make sure that the actual device was chosen. I should have pointed that out before we actually did it, not just the volume. So it'll take a few seconds, it'll do it, it'll come back and hopefully say successful. You're going to hit done. And now you'll notice that the partition button is selected. So once again, not the volume, you want the device, and now you can go ahead and partition. Now, when you think about your partitions, we know we want 2 because we don't need any more than that. We need 1 for the Tesla Cam / Sentry Mode. That'll use the same one. And then we need 1 for music. Well, you can just simply divide the drive up and get like 64 each, but you're probably wasting some space at that point. You want really as much space as you can get for the Tesla Cam / Sentry Mode, and probably not as much for the music, because I added up my music, and for all the music I want to put on here was about 7 or 8 gigs. So I don't need 64 gigs of space for music. I'm never going to use that much. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and click add a partition. So it's just going to divide them up, 63 plus 0.1 plus 63.1. And that just splits it right in half. But I'm going to go ahead and say, no. Let's take the first partition up, and therefore shrinking the second partition to maybe 20 gigs or thereabouts on the other one. Now, by the way, you can type this in. You don't have to just use the little draggy thing. All right, so now the first one is untitled. It's going to be 106 gig. We're going to just call that one Tesla Cam, because that's really what that one's going to be for. And more importantly, the name is irrelevant, but what is important is the format. This is where we have to choose MS-DOS FAT, not exFAT, not anything else, MS-DOS FAT. All right, so then we go to the second one, and this is going to be our music partition. We're just going to go ahead and choose music, and the same thing, it also has to be MS-DOS FAT, which is really FAT32. All right, so we got this one, MS-DOS FAT. We got this one, MS-DOS FAT. This is going to be for our Tesla Cam, for all our videos. This one's going to be for our music. And then we apply it and just sit back and let it do it. It's going to warn you one more time. Hey, you're about to wipe out all the stuff on that drive. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, because I didn't put anything on it yet. And we'll give it a few seconds. It's doing its thing. Modifying our partition map. The anticipation's building. Mounting the first disk. Mounting the second disk. Okay, it's done. Now you still want to verify it, because I have had it where sometimes disk utility will say that it did it, but it really didn't, or sometimes I forgot to switch it. So you just want to make sure that when you click on Tesla Cam, it says, and you can call that whatever you want, by the way, it doesn't have to be called that. It says MS-DOS FAT32 and music MS-DOS FAT32. Now you're done with disk utility. You've done it. You've created the 2 partitions for this drive that are available to use. And of course, this one's only 20 gigs or thereabouts. This one's about 106 gig thereabouts. And now we're ready to go. So we can actually quit out of disk utility at this point. Now, what you want to do is, don't forget, you have to put a folder on the one that you're going to use for the Dashcam / Sentry Mode. So we're going to open that up. And the folder is very specific. So I'm just going to create a new folder. I'll do it from the file menu so you can see it. New folder. It's going to be called very specifically capital T, Tesla, capital C, Cam, all one word. Just an empty folder. Once it sees that folder on whatever USB stick you put in there that's FAT32, it will then start to use that or enable your dash cam on autopilot hardware 2.5 or higher, and Sentry Mode for the cars that have been updated with Sentry Mode. So there we go. Now, do I have to do anything special to the music one to make it work? Nope. All you have to do is put compatible music on it. So I've been successfully putting, of course, MP3s would work, but I've even successfully put on from my Mac, from iTunes, AAC files or the Apple format, not lossless, but the Apple music format that they have been using for iTunes music. So as a bonus tip, I'm going to show you how to do that just for my Mac users out there. So let's launch iTunes and get to it. Let's launch iTunes. So I'm just going to do another search. iTunes, there it is, launch it. And that will come up with whatever playlist I was last on. So I'm pretty simple. I have a good, better, best playlist kind of style. And these are automatic playlists that get generated when I rate songs. So if I rate it 3 stars, it goes into the good. Rate it 4, it goes into better. Rate it 5, it goes into best of the best. Or better. Or best. So you decide how you want to organize your music, and you probably have already done that. But on this playlist, I'm going to switch the view to view as songs instead of the playlist. Because what I'm noticing is that these songs exist in the cloud. They have not been downloaded to this particular Mac that I'm recording on. So in order for this to work, I need to download these songs. I'm not going to download all of them, but I would download, in this case, all 810 if I wanted to copy them to this drive. All right, so let's just download a few. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click the cloud, and it will start downloading those songs. Should happen pretty quickly since songs aren't that large. So I could say go ahead and download all of them, but I'm just going to download a few of these just to show you the process. And this is an alphabetical order, so it's listing Aaliyah, Adele, so forth and so on. All right, so let's say those were the songs I wanted and I had downloaded all 800 of them from the cloud. Well, then what would I do and I see a duplicate here, but what would I do to get them from here? Because they're in all different folders by artist, by album. How would I get them into the music volume of that thumb drive? Well, it's very easy. Just simply hold down your shift key, select all the ones you want, or your command key on the Mac if you want to skip ones and get specific ones. And literally from iTunes, you can just drag them right over to the music folder and it will copy them. I see the copy window over there. Let's bring it back. And it's literally copying those songs right onto the thumb drive. So now I would have done that for all 800, but for the sake of time, I did it for just a few. And my Tesla media player will see those songs and be able to play them. It's just that easy. Oh, and before I go, I just quit out iTunes. Before I go, how do we get this out? How do we get our thumb drive back to be able to actually use it? Well, you have an eject button for both volumes. But since the Mac sees that as one device, when you hit eject on either one of these, it's going to say, hey, do you want to eject both of them or all of them? And you just simply say yes. And that will safely eject the thumb drive so you can take it out of your computer. I should be able to get it out easier than I put it in. Ah, there it is. And now you're ready to go take this and put it in your car. Once you put it in your car, the Tesla camera should light up on your screen, as well as the USB icon should light up in the music player. Then you can click on or tap on the USB icon, and your music will start to load up, and you'll see artist, album, folder, if you made folders, genre, the whole 9 yards. It detects that all from the digital music that you put on it. So I hope you got something out of this. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. And by the way, feel free to follow this YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram for my Tesla pictures as well as if you're going to buy a Tesla, use my referral code to get free supercharging. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.